Ladies and gentlemen, this is a surprise for me. It's great. We have interviewed lots of people here, and if you are bilingual, of course, in Spanish and English, and by now you should either learn the language or leave the country, because that's the voice of my guest in the background, which is okay, but true, if you haven't, because we're here in a country that, everybody speaks English, Spanish, Armenian, French, Russian, you name it. So I have a guest. You heard her laugh. I have a guest, a very pretty lady. I'm just trying to control myself looking at the screen in my laptop here. And I'm going to introduce to her. She is Gina La Piana, if I'm pronouncing her name right.
Yes, correct.
And how are you, Gina?
I'm very good. Lo siento. Estudian para 3 años en la escuela, muy poquito español.
Let's see, even poquito will get you far away.
Okay,
really far.
I understand a lot more than I can speak it. So if people think they can have these secret conversations, I can pick up many things. but I'm still learning. I'm back in school. I need to know Spanish. You're right. You're absolutely right about that.
Yeah, Gina, you've been here before, I heard.
Yes, I have. A few years ago.
Really? It's amazing. And I'm glad you came here this time to be in Killet Live. We are all over the world, believe it or not. They hear us in New York, in Puerto Rico, Costa Rica, and Peru. I'm from Peru originally. But it's amazing how this technology is actually taking us to every corner in the world.
It's exciting.
Going to your bio, I would like to ask you, you've been working for a long time. I have since...
Yes.
Did you start in Days of Our Lives
No.
for TV, or where did you start?
Well, I started when I was 16, actually. I booked my first show when I was 16 called Boogie's Diner. It was a show for Franklin Waterman Company, which was Fox. And then it became a popular show in Canada.
In Canada?
Yeah, that was my first entrance.
Why Canada and not the United States?
Yes.
Why Canada?
Well, it was meant for the U.S. and Canada ended up purchasing it, and it did well there.
Oh,
I didn't go on with the show when it went to Canada.
Since you have in a lot of episodes, you've been in Days of Our Lives.
Yeah.
How was the work? Because Days of Our Lives have been a long,
It's a funny story. I worked on that show for about 2 years, and I played 3 different characters on the show, which was wild. They brought me in to play, I think it was a nurse first, and then they liked me, so they brought me back, and then I played a stewardess, and then they realized we really like her, so they brought me back to play a contract role, which I played Gabby Ortiz, I believe, on the show. And it was a lot of fun. I had my own reality show on the show. So I was the host of a reality show called Love is Blind. And it was a really kitschy, kind of fun show. I was working with the younger girls in the cast, and they really made my life hell on that novella. Yeah, it was great because it was a super boot camp for acting. You had to learn a lot of dialogue and in a very short time. You'd go in one afternoon, and the next day you'd need to know 30 pages, by the next morning and get it verbatim. You needed to be right on the money. You couldn't miss a beat, or else the whole production would stop.
I'm curious, when you say 30 pages, I have a friend that's in New York right now, and he has difficulty learning his lines.
Yeah.
When you say 30 pages, was that...
That's called I would not go to sleep. I would stay up all night long and just drill it in my head, and I'd have a friend sit with me and just read it as much as I could, or have interns, somebody just reading with me all night until...
Memorize it, right?
Memorizing over and over and over. And the worst thing that happened was my second day on set, these little girls on the show were just little terrorists, and they left me the wrong script. So literally it was my second day on set, and I walk on to do my biggest day with all the exposition and really explaining what my character's all about, and it was the wrong script. So I had no information, no dialogue. Literally they said, sorry, the show must go on. So people wrote on, they took pieces of paper, and they took markers, and they wrote my whole dialogue, and I had to, I should have been looking over here, speaking to a girl, but literally I'm looking over here trying to read my lines. It was scary. It was definitely a huge learning experience for me. Oh my God.
Within that time, did you have any bad experience, like embarrassing experience?
Oh God, yes. I mean, so much. Where do I begin? You know, was it the time I ripped my pants? Was it the time I burned myself on the generator? Was it the time, you know, Don Johnson tried to bite my... Oh, okay, I shouldn't go there. It was the time I got into a brawl with Don Johnson on set. There's so many experiences.
Sounds interesting by the minute.
Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
Now, then you have Buddha heads, meet the Marks, Ali G in the house. All this is in the same year.
Yeah.
Cinderella 2, Dreams Come True, and then in 2001 you knock out.
Yeah, that was fun.
Pit Stop, or Pie Stop.
Pit Stop, yeah.
That's in 2000, right? You've been working for a long time.
Yeah. Since I was a kid, yeah.
So it was a great experience.
Almost 18 years.
Really?
18 years, yeah.
So here comes a question that most, I interviewed some Latinas,
Yeah.
and some of them have a little, not resentment, but they've been hurt somehow in this market, entertainment market. In the meantime, in these years, somebody would say, well, okay, then the Latinos couldn't get access to good parts and this and that. But it doesn't work like the same like for you, though.
Okay, well, I wouldn't agree with that.
Because you've been working all
No,
this.
but okay, thank you, and I appreciate that.
Unless my computer's lying to me.
No, it's very insightful, you're right. I've done a lot of work, and I'm very blessed. I think I work harder than most people I know. I work very hard, so I think I should have twice the resume you see. It's not about being greedy. I just know in my heart that I work very hard. And in the beginning, when I started, that's why you see a lot of my credits are from the beginning. It wasn't as inundated. We weren't as flooded with people, you know, Spanish, Latinas. We weren't as inundated. So when I'd walk in a room, it would be me and 2 other girls. So it was much easier to book those jobs because, and I'm always playing the one with the accent, always like this every time. You know, it was just up to play Sofia Vergara's sister,
right. Yes,
which would have been a dream job. I wanted that job. But yeah, so now it's changed, and I think there's a lot more competition, which is fine. You know, I'm still hanging in there and kicking butt as much as I can.
Mr. Producer, maybe her publicist didn't send me her bio altogether because it's so large. It should be
It's a little
used.
large. I don't know what to say. I mean,
They should have sent it and you send it.
We send it, we transfer.
Or Dropbox or something like that.
That's probably why.
Because, you know, what I see is since 1998, for instance, Nash Bridges.
Yeah. That was the one I was talking about, Don Johnson. He was a character.
98. Gee, I was not born yet.
Hey!
The audience that is, you can see in Kaleo TV, this interview also. I'm just kidding, okay, I was born already, I'm probably triple her age.
Yeah,
but okay, she's a pretty lady. You can log in to Kaleo TV probably tomorrow, and you'll see her there. She's a stunning lady. So you haven't got that culture shock, like they call it.
You think that I don't. You know, the KCAL 9 News did a piece on me when I was just a baby. I was probably 21, maybe. They did a piece on me called The Ethnic Challenge. And I'm not kidding. It was this 10-minute piece in the middle of, you know, the Lakers games playoff. Everything shuts down, and there's Bill Moyer or whoever it was to talk about Gina La Piana, who stars with stars in her eyes, called The Ethnic Challenge. And they were saying, you know, here's this girl who, against all odds, is coming here and she's working. And I think it should have just kept going like this. I should have been Jenny from the block, Gina from the block. But, you know, it's an interesting thing to do both, to do music and acting at the same time. I think that's been my biggest challenge. I get a lot from casting directors like, what is she? Is she an actress? Is she a musician? She should make up her mind. And, you know, that frustrates me, I think, the most because, I mean, are you going to say that to Jennifer Lopez? You're going to say that to Jamie Foxx, to Will Smith, to, you know, so many, Queen Latifah, and on and on and on, Jennifer Hudson. You know, can you be one or the other? So I've had to really kind of fight through those obstacles for me. But yeah, I know I'm extremely blessed. I'm not complaining. I feel lucky, and I think that there's a lot of work still to be done. And I'm excited. I'm excited by the.
When you say to be done, who would you like to work with, or what?
I want to work with Tom Cruise. I know everybody gives me so much a hard time for this. I have had a Tom Cruise obsession. I'm literally trying to have one of my friends set me up on a date now that he's newly single. I'm like, look, he'll be married again in 2 weeks, so can you please set me up on a date with Tom Cruise? I want to work with Tom. I want to work with Denzel Washington.
Are you obsessed with Tom Cruise?
I'm a little obsessed.
Would you trespass his property like that guy did
No,
a week ago?
no. Almost, but not quite. Maybe just like across the street with some binoculars or something. I don't know. But yes, I need to see Tom's face close to mine just once in my life. And then I love Denzel. I just saw this movie that I was actually up for as well, called Flight. He's just such an artist, and I love Daniel Day-Lewis. Come on, doesn't get better than that.
His movie is coming, Lincoln.
Oh, he's amazing.
Yes.
That would I could be finished.
And who would you like to interpret, though? Who would you like to play?
Ooh, I think the Carmen Miranda story was something that was very interesting for me. I looked into it. I mean, Lucille Ball. That was my that was my dream. It's the reason why I'm acting. It's the reason why I'm in this industry is because of Lucille Ball. I grew up watching I Love Lucy. I would really tune out the dysfunction of my childhood by watching Lucy, and I kind of feel like she's my surrogate mother. I felt like, okay, women can be funny. Women can do it all. They can run a household. They can, try to get into the business. They can. So that's what I did. And so my very first job, big job, that I was up for and it was on hold for and booked and then the show never went was called I Love Lupe. And I would have been playing Lupe the Gallo with my own cooking show, and it would have been a spin-off on I Love Lucy. So I thought that was really interesting and ironic that was my dream, and it kind of happened right away like that. So of course if they did the Latin Lucy, I want that job. But then, yeah, Carmen Miranda's story would be really awesome.
In most of these works that you have, TV, have you based your experiences or your acting, or better ask, have you improvised anything based on your personal experience?
Absolutely. Okay, so there are so many different schools of thought in the industry, right? There's so many different schools of acting. There's so many different things to study, and I think I've studied them all. Stanislavski and Uta Hagen and so many, on and on, Meisner. Everything that you could learn, I've studied, and so there's different things that I incorporate. There's never one thing that I use. For one project, it might be the imagined life, which is the way Meryl Streep and Daniel Day-Lewis studies, which is just to create everything in your imagination. And for some things, that works for me, that really works for me. Others, I really do need to draw upon my personal experiences. I just do. So for me, it's kind of like a milieu. I use, just like my religion, I kind of use a lot of things to get me there.
Do you, when you said, how long do you have to be in character? Do you take anything home? I say that because we talked about Louis, Day-Lewis, was very temperamental type. And some of the characters that he interprets, he takes it home and he's mad at the whole world.
You're right. For 6 months.
Or more, right?
Yeah.
Does that happen to you, or has happened?
I will say, yes, I was working on something just yesterday. And I was playing a real sassy diva little, can I say bitch? Yes, I can say bitch, right? I was playing a little sassy diva bitch.
Ladies and gentlemen, I will accept anything she says.
And so, literally, I came home, and I had company in town from another country, and I was just taking everything out on him, and I thought, wow, I couldn't shake off my day. I'd spent the whole day in this character and living in this world, and yeah, sometimes it takes you a little while to shake it off and to let it go and remember, okay, whoa, back to sunny Gina, But I enjoy it. I really do.
How difficult becomes for you? Are you working right now?
I just finished a show, yes.
Yes. What is about this, just completed Audrey?
Audrey, that was something I shot a couple years ago, and I produced on that project.
See?
I played the lead's best
really?
friend, but I also executive produced that movie, and it's coming out in the theaters soon.
When is this?
I hear, like, February, I think it's going to hit the theaters, yeah, which is really exciting.
Where medium do you feel better or more comfortable? TV? movies,
TV.
stage?
Most artists, I find, a lot of actors have always wanted to be in the movies, and although I grew up watching film and loving cinema so much, I really want to do television. It's always been the medium that I choose. I'm a big classic film buff. I love everything Hitchcock and, on and on and on. I can go on forever. But yes, I prefer television.
Television. Which director do you like the most?
It's so domestic because you can and humane. Excuse me, domestic. It's very humane. You have good hours. You're able to create a family. It's like working with your friends every day. As with a movie, it's like it's over, and then your heart has to break every time you leave these people that you've come so close to for the last 8 weeks or whatever. So I enjoy it. With director.
Yeah, which director do you admire or like?
I mean, come on, that is a huge question. There are so many. Spielberg. Come on, it's like I'm such a Spielberg fan, and Clint Eastwood. I love Clint Eastwood, and I could sit here for an hour. There are so many.
Do you have any inclination to direct eventually, or is just like?
That's funny. A lot of my friends say that you are a director. You should be directing because I boss everybody around. You stand over there. No, you go over there. You do this. My voice teacher is actually here, who's an incredible singer as well, and she knows my nature. It's like just to play a certain way. Can you angle it this way? So yes, I definitely think that it's in my future for sure.
Well, like a mother too. I mean, mother tells sons what to do.
Yeah, like a frustrated mother. Yes, I have no babies yet.
Octomom.
So maybe yes. No, Octomom for me, please. I'll be happy with one in my future.
Have you turned down any parts in the industry?
Yeah, I did some stupid thing. I turned down a part called Star Maps years ago. This movie, you guys remember Star Maps? It was a non-union movie. They offered it to me, and at the time I was like, I'm not going to do commercials anymore, and I'm not going to do anything non-union. And at the time I thought that was right, because I'm in the union, right? You're not supposed to do non-union work. So I turned it down, and Star Maps became this little cult classic movie that started a lot of careers. So, sometimes you make a mistake.
Now comes the question. Have you been exposed to some kind of this Latin thing that I hear when I interview people? They discriminate this, discriminate that. Yeah. It doesn't seem like it. Have you, or have you ignored it?
I mean, I think I ignore it. I do think I just am blind to it. I'm one of those people who just lives in my own rosy-tinted world. And I truly believe that I have, people have to prove to me, innocent until proven guilty. People often have to show me that I'm not equal. I believe that I can do anything, and it's only by, living and by experiencing and by feedback that I'm like, oh, really? I can't do that? You thought I was too curvy, that I was too Latin, that I was not Latin? It's always that. But I have made a decision not to try and not hear those things and just stay myopic.
Yeah, could be because you're a hardworking lady. And I think in the industry you have to be a hardworking person, period. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're black, brown, yellow,
doesn't matter,
right?
It's a lot of hard work.
Because I was thinking about, for instance, Jennifer Lopez and Sofia Vergara, and all these are successful, and they are hardworking person.
Yeah.
Now, if you're just pretty face, even though, ladies and gentlemen, she's pretty. If you're just like
I love
that,
you. You're my new best friend.
If you're just like that and think Hollywood is going to give you silver platter.
Let me just tell you that is not the case. I repeat, that is not the case. If you think that you're pretty and you want to come to this city and get a job, it does not work like that. I mean, it takes so much work. It's every minute of your life needs to be dedicated. If you want it bad enough, you have to spend every waking moment thinking about it. It's words, action, and deed. You have to do all of those things all of the time.
I interviewed Samuel Jackson for a long time ago. In his bio, I believe you me, Barbie. It was about 200 pages, and everybody else was about 5-6 pages. So I asked him, why is so much? The bio was full of everything, everywhere. So he has, in few words, he says, Leo, I have to show if you don't work, let's say you look for a job anyplace else and you haven't been working continuously,
Yes.
they think, what did you do?
It's true.
And it
It's
looks
quite
bad.
true.
It looks bad for the studios. I work in he did. He worked in theaters, in anything that has.
Yes, that
and
has
then
to
he
do
says,
with
yeah,
the
because I
industry.
have to show them that that's a hard-working guy. And yeah, look at him. I mean, he's done
It's
movie after
absolutely
movie.
the way. It's
So it
absolutely
seems
the way.
like that's the way your bio here I have shows. I mean, continuously.
Oh, if there's not, I mean, when they're not giving me a job, like I'm not getting as much work as I need to be getting right now. It's true. And so when I'm not doing that, then I'm producing something. I'm working on, 2 projects right now that I'm editing and that I'm pitching, new shows. I just, a show that I've been involved with for a few years just got picked up by Brett Ratner's company, called Rock in a Hard Place. And it's really a dream job. It's a series for Showtime, and it's incredible. The writing is fantastic, and the writer-creator came to me early on to play one of the lead roles, and I read it, and I said, oh my God, this project is amazing. Can I please get involved and produce as well? And so really I helped him, I pushed him along, and I helped him meet people, and he took meetings, and we just made it happen. And so now, starting January, this thing will start, and hopefully that will be the one, but you never know. You keep on keeping on, right? Just keep shooting more and trying to stay positive.
How do you feel about nude scenes?
Okay, well, if I'm doing a nude scene with Tom Cruise or with Denzel Washington or Daniel Day-Lewis, then I do it.
I see. Okay.
If it's this is what a snob I am. If it's an A-list nude scene, then I will absolutely show my ass on film. Excuse me.
That means you are picky. You have a taste.
I'm picky. I'm picky.
Not yes for anything.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, that's great. You have class.
Thank you.
Are you any advice, more or less, to people like I think we already talked about indirectly about that hardworking person?
Yes.
Any advice that you would give to somebody that wants to come? Because I know a few. I know a few people that come here, and it's not my position to tell them, well, you should do this, you should do that.
Yeah,
but,
thank you. I appreciate that. It's been, it actually is one of the things that everybody knows about me as well, is that I really take time with people and try to help them get agents and get managers and, introduce them to the right people, because I know how challenging and difficult it was for me when I started. And I knew nobody. And I really just had to make things happen. And I was lucky to, meet my first agent. She came to a showcase, she saw me, and land somebody right away. And a lot of people don't have that luxury. So I think what it is now they have these workshops where you can go, these actors workshops where you can go and meet casting directors, you can meet agents, you can meet managers. And I think, to spend all of your time, acting classes are great, and I think it's really powerful. And I love Diana Castle's class, I love Leslie Kahn's class, I love Aaron Spizer's class, Aaron McPherson's class. Those are people, Larry Moss. You study with these people and you'll be in great hands. But I also think it's important and valuable to go and meet casting people, because they're doing things differently now. Casting directors don't need to have your agent or your manager. They just need you to see your face. And so if you're in a workshop and you're constantly up in front of a casting director, they can say, hey, we've got this show. She'd be perfect for this. And then things can happen that way. So I say, do the Actor's Key or these different kinds of workshops where you can get in front of casting people. That's really important.
And watch with the couch.
No casting couch.
No casting couch.
Avoid the couch at all costs.
Yes.
Women, do not compromise yourself in any way, shape, or form for your dream. The best thing to do is believe in yourself and your dream more than anything. Do not compromise yourself. Just don't do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, no casting couch.
She says ardently.
It's amazing how time goes so fast. Believe me, I didn't expect to talk about it, because you also have music coming.
Yeah, I'm going to sing a couple songs.
Yeah, how did the music came along?
I know. Do you know what's funny? I was signed to a girls group when I was very young. I was at the American Academy of Dramatic Art, and I met some girls, and we formed a group called Skin Deep. and that's when I met Randy Jackson, and at the time he was not on American Idol. He was just starting American Idol. And so he helped develop this group, and from that group I bounced on to several other groups, and then went solo on MCA, and just kind of hopped around doing music. And for a hobby, I started doing some electronic music, and that's what became very popular for me. Even though that's not what I'm singing today. I'm going to do a couple covers today and one original song.
Okay, let me consult with my director.
We're going to go to the commercial.
Okay, we'll be back in about 30 seconds. Back again with the Ventocilla Show. My name is Leo, your host, and you're listening Kelly Live from Hollywood and all over the world in kellylive.com. Ladies and gentlemen, I have with me, we'll continue talking with Gina. And Gina, you have some music coming up.
Yeah, we are going to sing a couple songs for you. You know, I've been an artist who's always done original music, and I'm a songwriter, and I wanted to kind of branch out and try to sing some covers and try to do some other songs.
Beautiful. You brought your guitarist.
Yes, he's an amazing artist as well.
I'm going to move, and the guitarist is going to come, and they're both going to sing, or she's going to sing, and hopefully you can hear him well, okay? I'll step out.
Did you ever wonder when the sun goes down? Maybe he gets lonely when the moon is not around. Maybe it's an endless cycle, they're always all alone. They can never be together, it's the worst of all cruel jokes. You're so far away, you're so far away now. There's nothing more that I can do, there's nothing more to say. 'Cause time won't ever be my friend until you're back again. Until the clock strikes you and me forevermore. Until you're back again, until the clock strikes you on the forehead. So please come back, please come back to me again. Did you ever realize the moon can't shine on her own? Without the sun's reflection, she'd never fully glow. But still the two together, it's a perfect lullaby. Without having each other, they'd never see the light. You're so far away, you're so far away now. There's nothing more that I can do, there's nothing more to say. 'Cause time won't ever be my friend until you're back again. Until the clock strikes you away forevermore. And love won't treat me the same until you're back again. Until the clock strikes you on the forehead. So please come back, please come back to me again. And time won't ever be the same until you're back again. Until the clock strikes you away forevermore. And love won't treat me the same until you're back again. Until the clock strikes you back. Please come back to me again.
wide awake. I'm wide awake. Yeah, I was in the dark. I was falling hard with an open heart. I'm wide awake. How could I read the stars so wrong? I'm wide awake, and now it's clear to me that everything you see ain't always what it seems. I'm wide awake. I was dreaming for so long. I wish I knew then what I know now. Wouldn't dive in, wouldn't bow down. Gravity hurts, you made it so sweet, till I woke up on the concrete, falling from cloud nine, crashing from the high, letting go tonight. Yeah, I'm falling from cloud nine. I'm wide awake, not losing any sleep. I picked up every piece and landed on my feet. I'm wide awake, need nothing to complete myself. No, I'm wide awake. Yeah, I'm born again, out of the lion's den. I don't have to pretend. The story's over now, the end. It's the end. I wish I knew then what I know now. Wouldn't dive in, I wouldn't bow down. Gravity hurts, made it so sweet, till I woke up on the concrete, falling from cloud nine, letting go tonight, falling from cloud nine. Yeah, I'm falling from cloud nine. Thunder rumbling, castles crumbling. I am trying to hold on. God knows I have tried, seeing the bright side. I'm not blind anymore. Ooh. Yeah, I'm wide awake. Ooh, I'm wide awake. Yeah, I'm not losing any sleep. I picked up every piece and landed on my feet. I'm wide awake.
Beautiful. Good job. Wait, I'm gonna clap you.
Yeah.
Is that show?
Thank
Here
you.
goes to you. KLetLive.com. Let's catch up our breaths.
Yeah. I'm good now.
Great. Are you okay?
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Those songs are like painful songs.
Yeah,
I maybe I'm using the wrong term, but more emotional type.
Yeah, you know,
Is
first
there
of
a
all, I
reason?
have to do a little something special really quick. Before we get into that, I just need to say thank you to Ben Goldsmith. Can you come over here, Ben, really quickly,
Yes,
just wave to the camera and just say, he's so incredible. He's an artist, he's a songwriter, singer, so talented, so gifted, and he gave me his time today. And I just want to say thank you, Ben.
Oh, no problem. Thank you. And I also want to definitely say that Gina has helped me a lot through already being here. I've been here for 3 years, and she's helped a lot. So everything she said earlier was very factual. Thanks, Gina. Thanks, guys.
Of course, love you, Ben.
That was
Thank
the
you.
guitarist, Ben.
He learned,
Yeah.
you guys know he learned the original song, that original song I played? He
Really?
learned it this morning. He learned it this
really?
morning.
I
He
was
said, come
wa-
on, let's do it, let's do it.
I was watching his fingerings. Very nice. Very
Oh, he's
good,
so-
good
he's so
matching
talented.
though. See, with a guitar and a singer, that's it. You don't
Ah,
need
thank
all
you.
these things around.
Thank
I was
you.
enjoying it myself.
Ah, thank
But
you.
it was very kind
Emotional.
of, yeah. Is there a reason for that? All this?
Yes!
Should we go into that?
I'm gonna start crying, don't make me cry! Oh my
Yeah,
god,
it's-
I have been through a lot, mister. You know, you see this resume and you say, oh, you've done a lot. It's, you know,
Yeah,
this has been
isn't
a...
the first time somebody called me Mister.
Mr. Leo the lion. Leo, you know, I left home very, very young. I left home at 15.
Home meaning
Home,
where?
parents, family. We were in Corona, California.
Okay.
And I left pretty young. And then, you know, I started really young in the industry, and I got thrust in, and I have been through a lot. I've
Seems like-
seen a lot. I've been through a lot of pain, a lot of tragedies, a lot of personal, and there a lot of growth. And I think it all makes you who you are and strong. But I do connect, I think, the most with emotional, sad.
Would you say that
triumphant.
as we get older, though, even though you look very young and pretty, as we get older, we become more emotional, like
I am.
sensitive
Everything
too.
I cry. I cry
Yeah,
for happy things. I cry for sad things.
I believe it. Yeah, I believe it because it happens to everybody. This is. I mean, you are the star, but I agree. I could sympathize with that. I mean, it's amazing. The older you get, more sensitive you get to things. And the song music is one avenue. Like, oh, now I could at least manifest my feelings.
Yes.
And that's what you actually did. I was watching it. It's really nice, you know.
Coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't help it. I think my body just goes into crazy mode. Yeah,
Well, I'm glad you are sharing all those with us.
Thank you.
KellyLive.com.
Thank you.
And we are, like I said, we're all over the world, and I hope everybody's sharing that. There's a CD coming out with this, or?
Yeah, there's I know I've been telling Mace about this forever, but there is an acoustic record almost done. It's being mixed and mastered now, so there'll be more guitar and piano and some violin and something just more raw.
To make it more painful.
Yeah, more personal. Cry, yes, I always do that. I always write these songs that are just like
very nice. I mean,
very sad.
Comparing with the music.
Yeah, he likes to rock it out.
I don't want to say my producer is a rocker.
He is a rocker.
It's okay. It's good. But I mean, sometimes we are more spiritual type and sensitive. So sometimes we need some of that stuff.
Yeah, as one of my friends used to say, is music is to soothe the savage beast, right?
Yes.
So I think for me, I like to connect to that.
So has what you just said, has that driven you how can I put it, the urge to go to India?
The India was something different. I was shooting a show called History's Dirty Mysteries, and I was hosting it. It was a really cool concept. It was the idea is for a show to travel around the world and basically cover the 7 wonders of the world and also the mysteries from our history. So while I was in India, we went to the Taj Mahal. There were 4 different segments of the show, but the main one was the Taj Mahal. The Hindus believe that the Muslim people stole the Taj Mahal. This great Mughal named Shah Jahan. We all know it as in the history books that Shah Jahan built this mausoleum for his one true love, Mumtaz Mahal. And so Pratt University did DNA testing of the door and some of the pieces of the architecture and the structure of the building, and it shows that it predates this ruler by at least 500 years. So they believe it was a Shiva place of worship. So I was there kind of uncovering clues to this mystery and bringing it to light. And it was a very sensitive topic there. A lot of interesting things happened while we were filming, angry people getting incensed and the cameraman putting down the camera and refusing to film anymore because this was built by this is Shah Jahan and this is what I believe and this is a mausoleum. And so it was very sensitive topics, and so it was fascinating to see what culturally what they believe and how passionate they are. It was on another level that I didn't understand, the kind of passion for their religion and for what they believe.
So you used the technical personnel from India.
Yeah.
Well, that's why they felt like.
Yes, they were. Yeah, the crew. All the crew was from India,
sure,
and yeah, I think it was. It was kind of a mistake in a way. I think the best thing to do is to bring a local crew from our own, so then you can go in without. But in the Taj Mahal, you couldn't bring any cameras or anything, so they had to wire me for sound underneath and sneak it in. And they were using a 7D camera, which looks like a Canon regular photo camera because you can take photos. But they were filming, so it was very tricky. Yeah, the cops were kind of circling around because I was, interviewing people, and so it was very kind of scary and living on the edge. But I really loved the job. The people were so hospitable and really lovely with me. But India is not a place for me. I found it was just not for me.
Different culture too.
I mean, I felt so much pain there, so much sorrow. There wasn't enough money in my pockets to give to these children and disfigured people, and so they have so little. Yet, so they're still smiling.
Of course,
that was what's beautiful. They have so little, but they're smiling, and I think we can take a lesson from them. Definitely.
I think to be poor over there is a blessing. I don't mean to be sarcastic, but that's because if you go, it's like if you go and give them something, they feel offended sometimes when they don't know your intentions or anything. You're offending something.
Yes.
So
I learned a lot.
the reason I ask you if that changed something, because some people, most people that I know, they go to India to repent, sort of, or come back, spiritually come back with a different ideology or perspective of life. Has that happened to you? Other than that, did you have a chance to go to spiritual places?
I think, I was so rushed for time. We had such a strict schedule. They also did an Indian makeover on me in different beautiful saris, which was exciting. And I got a psychic reading from a local coffee reader. And also we covered the festival of Lord Ganesha, which was the Hindu festival, which was 10 days. So I was so slammed for time and filming all these different things, and I was so, it was a huge adventure. But yes, what for me was the spiritual side was coming home, was in a place I felt like I was keeping it together. The whole time I was there, I was keeping my body, my mind intact, because at any moment I felt I could fell apart. For 2 days I laid in bed and I just cried, and I was thanking God or the Most High or whatever it is you believe. I was thanking the universe for my blessings and for my life. And I think that's the epiphany, is that, wow, anytime you think you want to complain about anything, just, traveling to a third world country is just eye-opening on another level.
It's amazing. What do you think Gina is going to be? Where is she going to be 5 years from now?
Oh,
10 years
gosh.
from now?
I'm hoping that if the perfect plan, I would have a hit television show, a hit series, so I could have a schedule, a proper schedule, and a proper family of friends and cast, and a show that really touches people's lives. I love David E. Kelley, and so many great showrunners like Aaron Sorkin, people who are saying things that stimulate our brains. So I want to be involved so deeply in a show like that, and be married with a baby. I want to have a baby one of these days. I don't have a family. I don't even have a family to go to, like a mom or dad to call. So I want to create my own family. It's really important to me to have that.
Very nice. After all, that's the objective of us humans on Earth. I mean, reproduce, love, and share.
Yes.
That we have, yeah. That's
I miss that.
very nice of you to say that, because being in the business, sometimes people forget their human side of being a mother or being a father, and we get all so materialized. And it's a shame, but that's life keeps going.
I know, and I think I'm so always hyper aware that this life is just so transient. I have a lot of existential angst. I think, it's so fleeting. It's going to be over before we know it. And I know that, okay, this is a work, a job. Who cares? Love for me is it. It's where it's at. I want to be happy, smiling, with a little chubby baby. And, fine, I'll work when I can make time for work. But that's, for me, the love of family is my goal and my dream.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it in Kelly's life. She wants to have a family. She wants to have a baby. We'll see who is the lucky one.
Yeah, who is the lucky one? Will you show me, please?
Yeah, would you well, you never know, but would you be in the field, the entertainment also? No, it has to be separate.
Yes, I actually met someone recently who has really made me smile. Not to project into the future, because I don't like to do that. I don't want to jinx anything, but just to say that he's not in my field, and I really enjoy. I enjoy the difference. It makes me laugh, He doesn't understand a word I'm saying most of the time. And he's from another country, but he doesn't understand my business, and to him he thinks it's cute, And so the polarity, the differences are really cool.
Yeah.
So I think, I've dated the writer, I've dated the actors, I've dated the musicians, and all amazing experiences that I would never take back. I learned a lot, but I really like just a normal guy. Maybe drives a truck, likes to surf.
Ladies and gentlemen, you said it, you heard it all. Okay. Is anything you want to say that we haven't covered? Even though you're gonna tell your producer next time to send me your bag. I don't want to think of that. But is anything that I haven't covered or you would like to say? And I may say, I'm sorry to interrupt. I may say I'm very impressed with your attitude, with your the way you see Hollywood. Most people I have interviewed, should we have in a commercial where you cue?
No, I guess it's been going.
Oh, we're still okay. You're so simple, and actually you fit in. I mean, it's not like most people. Believe me, I have interviewed lots of people, including Jennifer Lopez in the beginning,
Yeah.
sort of your attitude also. Get in the business. I mean, get it. Forget about how beautiful I am or my shape. And get it. Hardworking. And you're one of them. Again, I'm really happy to have you here.
Thank you.
Is there
That means
anything
so
that you would
much.
like to say?
That means so much to me. Thank you for seeing me. You know, first of all, thank you for seeing me, for getting me, for understanding me. That means a lot to me. I would say, you know, don't ever give up on your dreams. Even if it feels like, you know, having a family is giving up. It's not. It's you know, it's just a different chapter. It's you know, always believe. Again, I go back to don't compromise yourself and your artistry, like what you really believe in. Hold fast to that, because you can make that happen. The universe will co-create that with you if it's strong, you believe it, and everything you do, your thoughts, your words, your actions are going toward that goal. And I say, vote for Obama today. If you don't, I'm coming after you. I was supposed to say, I really need to pay homage really quickly to my friends. Again, Ben for showing up today. I need to pay homage to the people who make my life good, and that's my girlfriend Meta Golding, who's right now shooting the Hunger Games. I'm so proud of her, and I'll try to get her into the studio soon for you guys. She's awesome, and she's one of my life forces, and Ana Blanca Teleki, and you know, many people like that, and also Aaron Sorkin, and you know, many people who, Jamie Nutella, people who've been like rocks for me, as dear friends, and always show me myself. You know, always keep me grounded and remind me about what's important.
Gina, thank you so much for coming. And I hope you get those songs that you sung in a CD. And I hope we open it, or actually those songs are playing Kelly live. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you to the guitarist. I'm impressed with the finger, the way he played, because I myself learning how to play it is so hard. But thank you, Gina. It's been a pleasure to have you here. And this show is going to be broadcast twice. Yes, go to KLLive.com site and you will see all the schedule there. Beautiful pictures and all that stuff.
The pleasure was all mine, really, guys. Thank you.
Until then, have a good week. And remember, this is going to be broadcasted later. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Adios.